Hi, Dr. Alina Kolchitsky, Boutique Bodyworks, physical therapy, lifestyle medicine, nutrition, fitness, and more. I'm going to share with you the process of making a shrimp avocado arugula salad. I've made my own variation as always, or often, and so let's begin. So this is a simple meal, and it can be a standalone item to eat, which is why I referred to it as a meal. But I'm actually serving it today with a vegetarian lasagna. So I've already poured in 1/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. I've used a very good one that's made from a family farm, picked and then cold pressed on site, so that it is exactly what it says it is. Be careful of fraudulent olive oils out there. They're plenty. And then we're going to add in 2 cloves of garlic pressed. So I always start with the dressing first so that I can really get a good incorporation of all the flavors into the items of the salad. It gives the stuff a bit of chance to marinate in the oil too, for the flavors to seep out into the oil. So I'm just trying not to waste any of the garlic. Now you can do all kinds of variations on this salad. If you want to do a vegan version, then I would recommend using chickpeas. So you could use a can of cooked chickpeas or any other kinds of beans. A white bean would go well, or navy beans, or flat beans like fava would be really nice with this as well. So you have lots of options if you want to do a vegan version. And this one though is with shrimp. I'm entertaining, and the people that I'm serving today do appreciate a little bit of animal protein. So next, let's add a teaspoon of salt. Get this in the right position. Sorry. Just roughly estimating. It's a salad, not a cake. And then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Freshly ground gives more flavor because you release the aromatics of the pepper. And then next we're using a cup of fresh parsley. Now I grew this in my own garden, so this is 100% organic, homegrown, fresh cut moments ago, and then washed, of course. Please wash your vegetables, herbs, fruits well. And just because you grew it yourself doesn't mean there aren't parasites out there, because parasites occur in the soils. They naturally live there, and you don't want to eat them because some can escape your gut defenses, and you never know which one's going to get through, so why take the risk? Wash well. I did wash my hands, of course, before starting this video. Okay, so we have that. A cup of parsley, fresh chopped. And then lastly, for the dressing is lemon. So it calls for a 1/4 of a cup. I have got my handy dandy little lemon juicer, citrus juicer. So you just cut it in half, place it in there, close it this way, and press. And you can see all those juices come out. I do play with the angles because sometimes, it just doesn't press every area. I don't like to waste. So getting every little bit of juice I can out of it. We need some more. So really it took me about a whole lemon. Just a medium sized. Okay. So we've got the sour being rounded out by the olive oil. We've got some fresh herb and salt and pepper. That's it. A very simple dressing. Oh, and garlic, of course. Gives that little bit of sharp, extra flavor. Okay, so it looks like that. So we'll set that aside. We're going to put our shrimp in there next so that it can marinate. Oh, actually, you know what? I lie. Let's put in the red onion next. So I've got to clean and peel my onion. Red onion is great for salads. It gives a little bit of a sharper kind of taste than white or yellow onion, which is better for cooking, for soups and so on. Came off nice and easy. And so it calls for just 1/4 cup to thinly slice. It's not the best knife. I should have sharpened before I started. And let's, hang on, get the rest of those. There's still some ends here that are a little bit too firm, okay, for eating. So I'm going to throw those out. Start again here. It's better to go thin. The thinner you go, the less harsh it is on your palate, because red onion is quite strong. It is going to marinate a little bit in the lemon juice, and that acid of the lemon juice is going to help this kind of break it down, the sharpness, hotness of the onion, and then the olive oil will help as well. Sharper knife would be good. I should have sharpened my knives before I started. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to just make this smaller pieces because again I want that good flavor disbursement, especially with the strong ingredients. Now shrimp, you know, it's seafood, so people think seafood, oh, healthy, we get our fish oils, omega-3s, DHA and EPA. Yeah, but you know, in today's modern world with all the microplastics and heavy metals, shrimp are bottom feeders, so they're full of heavy metals. So eat at your own risk and in the frequency and quantity, knowing that. So we're going to add this in. I do eat shrimp from time to time, but not regularly, once a month at the most, if even. And if you're going to eat things that have heavy metals, then you want to offset it with a regular dose of oregano or cilantro, because they actually help you to chelate or remove the heavy metals from your body. Okay, looks pretty, right? So now we will get the shrimp. So I bought 1 pound of already cooked and cleaned shrimp. So all I have to do is trim them, cut them in half. So we have a better distribution when you put your fork in your salad. I did thaw these ahead of time. They're still a little bit frozen. It said to make sure you thaw them overnight. You know what? I'm just going to do this. A little hot water rinse is going to get the rest of the last tiny bit of ice off. Nice and easy. Okay, so cutting these in half, pretty simple. Now my guests are coming in another 3 hours, so this will sit in the fridge and marinate a little bit. I have my own homemade recipe of vegetarian lasagna. See the other video in my playlist for nutrition for that recipe if you like it. If you're looking for a good vegetarian lasagna, it's delicious and it has 4 cups of leafy greens in it. It's still not healthy because of all the cheese. It has quite a bit of cheese, but it also gives you still lots of veg too. So if you can eat something that's less healthy, then you improve the nutrition profile by rounding it out with some high fiber vegetables, legumes, and so on, whole grains. So in the lasagna, it's offset with lots of fiber from the dark leafy greens because it's got about 4 cups in there. Now with this one, we are putting veg in this. It's going to have leafy greens as well, arugula, and some tomato, cherry tomato, and cucumber, in addition to what you saw here just now. So very simple. Oh, and avocado. But yeah, shrimp is really high in cholesterol as well. So another reason to just eat it once in a while, not all the time. In the American diet, our biggest contributors to cholesterol because of the amount we tend to eat on average is cheese, and then seafood like shrimp and scallops. Shrimp is more common, of course. And chicken. Yeah, chicken. Animal fat and protein carry with it lots of saturated fat, so not so good for heart disease, cholesterol, blood sugars, because yeah, guess what? That animal protein and fat make your blood sugar spike. Another reason to eat it in moderation from time to time, but not every day. So always consider your portion and the frequency that you eat something. So for my dinner party tonight, I am having this salad. I'm serving some hummus and a really nice multi-grain Norwegian flatbread that's whole grain. And I did check, the ingredients to make sure that each serving has at least 5 grams of fiber, so that we know that it's actually a better product and not highly refined, ultra-processed. After you've been handling the shrimp, wash your hands with soap. In fact, let's wash the cutting board again and the knife that we've been using. Careful of all the surfaces that you touch. Okay, and we're getting there, right? Nice and easy. So we've got cucumber coming in next. Let's give this a stir so that it can marinate, as I said. The more we can get all of that liquid to disperse over the shrimp, the better the flavor will be later. Again, it looks so pretty. Okay, speaking of bacteria prevention, let's put away our leftover onion and lemon in the fridge. So yes, I was saying, I am serving along with this salad, some hummus and the flatbread, some antipastos, so some marinated vegetable, some olives and artichokes, and then my vegetarian lasagna. And then I bought a delicious cake from Lithuania, from this European market nearby me called the Borderless European Market in San Antonio, or BEM for short, they refer to themselves. And it's a Lithuanian bird's milk cake. and it's covered in this chocolate ganache just dripping over the edges. It looks so delicious. So just a cup, thinly sliced cucumber, it's getting hot already, so having a summer salad that is robust, that could be a meal, is always nice to serve when the temperatures climb. Okay, and then tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. So just a cup of these. All my vegetables I use are organic. So these are grape tomatoes. They're a little bit bigger, so I'm going to cut them lengthwise and then in half. And again, my reason is for dispersion of flavor in every forkful. It's nice to, every fork, to have a little bit of everything. So you get all those flavor combinations that were intended with the recipe. Tomatoes are high in lycopene and vitamin C. Very good for our immune defense. Lycopene is an antioxidant, so is vitamin C. So they help us to deal with free radicals, those negatively charged oxygen molecules floating around the body, damaging everything it runs into. We need antioxidants because what they do when we have antioxidants in our body is chemically bind to those free radicals so that they are now neutralized and don't cause damage. That's why you need to eat plants, one of many reasons, as well as the fiber, of course. And so yes, this recipe, the not so great quality of it being shrimp, animal-based, with that being animal fat and protein and cholesterol, which is lots of saturated fat. We are offsetting it with the veg content, including some dark leafy greens, which you will see in a moment. Okay, that is the tomatoes done. Let's give it a stir for, again, even distribution of our flavors. Looking wonderful. Okay, greens. So I always buy organic greens, and I always have this combination of dark greens, and it does have arugula in it. So I went ahead and picked out all of the arugula because I couldn't find any. They were out of just arugula by itself packages today when I went to go get some at the grocery store. So, you make do, you get creative. They did have this, which I know has arugula in it, and so there'll be some beet greens in here, the baby ones. I'm allowing them on purpose because I think it'll be a really nice addition than just the arugula. Today's theme is Italian, so it's a Mediterranean country, right? So some arugula and beet greens is in theme. Oh, let's not waste all this wonderful tomato juice. We'll add to our dressing. All right. Adding those leafy greens just made everything that much prettier, in contrast with the red and pink from the cherry tomatoes and shrimp and the red onion. It's always nice to have recipes that have all kinds of different colors in it. It just makes things look really pretty and appetizing. And all those different colors give us different components to feed our bacteria in our gut, the good bacteria, when it comes from plants. Okay, so avocado. It calls for 1 large avocado. By the way, that was just a few handfuls of dark leafy greens. So I just have the small ones, so we're going to use 2. I don't like to waste. That's 1. I make it easy on myself by slicing long ways and then crosswise, and then scoop it out. Go gently so you don't accidentally pierce through the skin and cut yourself. Careful with this little end. It easily falls off and gets into the salad or your dish. So you want to keep an eye on that. You don't want anyone accidentally biting into it. It's very hard and fibrous, not edible. Okay, that's 1. And the second one. That pip popped out so nice and easy. It's a nice color. Ripeness is really good. So lucky to have access regularly to ripe avocado living here in South Texas. Avocados are a nice healthy fat, as well as the extra virgin olive oil. But with the avocado, you don't just get the healthy fat, you get fiber. So that has a better impact on your blood sugars in terms of lowering your blood sugar glycemic response and insulin response to the food you ingest. We want food to come through our digestive system slowly so that we can get everything out of it and not spike our blood sugars and insulin that leads to, when they're too high of a spike and too often, which is why you want to consider frequency when you're eating, it causes all those problems, inflammation in your bloodstream. So arterial plaques, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and so on. Heart disease. Okay. Looking nice. Now this is where the recipe stopped from when I looked up on Pinterest rather. But keeping in theme with my Mediterranean meal that is Italian because of the lasagna. And yes, Italians eat chickpeas, so hummus is okay. We're going to put some hearts of palm. Okay, so this comes from Costa Rica. In my grocery store, it came in the canned vegetable section. It's just packed in water. So I'm going to pour off that water. I really enjoy the flavor and the texture of these. So it looks like this. Okay, like that. And we're just going to slice these. It almost looks like scallops. There you go. If you're looking for a vegan substitute for scallops, go for some hearts of palm. This is the last ingredient into our beautiful, colorful, could be a meal in one, salad. Okay, so let's mix all that together. Now, when you mix with a fork, it does kind of make things mash up more. Let's get rid of that and use our hands to just lightly, loosely get everything incorporated from the bottom up. Okay, this looks really nice. Cannot wait to have some. I like to entertain once in a while, and I like just a small gathering. Too many people personally make me feel a little overwhelmed, but I do enjoy having people over from time to time and warming the house and kitchen. I like to cook here and there, but I don't like to feel like it's a lot of work. So small dinner parties for me are ideal. So today I have 2 couples coming over. Okay, that's that. Gonna rinse. Let me taste. Good. Just enough amount of lemon. The 1 lemon was great. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. It'll continue to marinate for the next couple of hours. I'm going to cover it. And then later when I go to serve it, I'm going to put it in a pretty bowl to put on the table, so it looks much nicer than just this. Which doesn't look bad, but when you're entertaining, if you can make it really nice, why not? Okay. And that's it. I hope that was helpful in terms of giving you ideas of something you can serve. And again, you don't have to use shrimp. So if you're vegan or you just want to do a more plant-only, not just plant-forward, plant-based, but plant-only, then try a legume such as chickpeas would be a great one, fava beans, lentils, any of those would be good options. And yeah, have at it. You can change the veg you want, play around with your ingredients for flavors, you know, in terms of your marinade, your dressing, but you get the idea. So that's a nice little example of a structure you could follow. Don't forget to check out my other recipes in the nutrition playlist. And you know, being plant-based doesn't mean you have to be vegan or vegetarian. It's all about the quantity or portion and the frequency. So if you're trying to improve your health, you know, be more plant-forward. Crowd your plate with high-fiber, whole food vegetables, legumes, nuts and seeds, grains, and then you can have just a little bit of animal protein here and there. That's all for now. Thank you, and live optimally so that you can function and enjoy life to the fullest. Bye for now.